Taking a little break from the beach. I'm down here in Florida. Where's everybody at? What's everybody else coming from here? We got a couple people on here. Where's everybody else at on this beautiful Sunday? Anybody at the beach? I am in Tampa, Florida. Well, no, not in Tampa. My bad. I'm in Fort Myers area, down on the beach today. Wanted to chat with you, check in. We got people. Oh, cool. Ireland is on. Awesome. Anybody else at the beach today? Anybody else at the beach? What's going on, Jonathan? What's going on? Anybody else at the beach? So I want to address, there was a really good question that I got today. It's in my comments. I'm going to create a video about it. But the question was, how do I buy apartments? Okay. How do I buy apartments? And mainly a lot of my content is around how to buy single family homes, using private money. You can use hard money. But the apartment game, okay, is slightly different, but the same concepts apply from single family, how to find deals, how to structure your deals. It's just at a bigger scale, right? So you're buying one house. The principles of raising capital still has to be a good deal. You get raising capital still applies to 100 units. So let me just give you an example on a deal we're doing right now. This deal is the biggest deal we've ever done. It's 433 units. In that package, there's 15 multifamily apartments. And they're small to medium size. So the biggest one we have is 37 units, okay? It's 37 units. Where did I find this deal, okay? I found it from networking. I found the deal from networking. We have a Facebook group. In that Facebook group, there's realtors, property managers, contractors, other investors, lenders, insurance agents. So there's a lot of people in that group. And one day I was in that Facebook group and a realtor posted, I have a package deal, 400 units scattered across Ohio. And I expressed interest. So immediately right away, I reached out to that realtor. It turns out that realtor actually had talked to my business partner 2 or 3 months prior. And so I, picked up the phone immediately, called him, talked about the deal, and the deal was a no-brainer, okay? No-brainer. Just from the initial conversations, it was $38,000 per door. So let me just give you some context. The single family homes are worth anywhere from 120 to 130. There's 156 single family homes in that package, and on top of that, the multifamily doors are there's 122 or so multifamily doors in that. That is $38,000 a door. So it passed the sniff test. Then we needed to go meet with the owners. And we met with the owners. They really liked us. They saw that we were young guys that, reminded themselves of, we reminded them that how they got their start and how they were young too. So there was good rapport already built with the realtor and also the owner. So then we wrote up the contract, and then we had to find lenders or investors for the deal. So how did we find it? Well, immediately we went into our network, okay? How do you find private lenders? They're in your network, okay? They're in your network. So now we've been doing this, raising capital, funding deals to buy, renovate, rent, or buy, renovate, and sell. So we talked to our immediate lenders who we knew. Now this is a $16 million deal that's worth about 35 to 40 million, okay? The whole package. And so we knew that there was a deal based on the sniff test that it passed, but then we ran our numbers, and it's already producing a healthy amount of cash flow. It was just under, all the rents are under market rents. So our goal with this is to use a combination of, we're using a combination of hard money and private money because it's a bigger deal. Our private lenders typically have, a couple million of dollars laying around. And so the reason why we're using a combination of both is that hard money lenders are businesses. And since they're businesses, they have more money than some individual who's been saving their money in money market accounts or whatever they're doing with their money, not gaining any interest. We pay 10%. So what we did was we used a hard money lender. And if you guys are looking for hard money lenders, there's a lot of them right now. All you got to do is go to Google and put hard money lender in your city and state, and there's going to be a ton of companies. You want to work with a company that obviously is easy to work with, right? If they're assholes over the phone, they'll probably treat you like shit. You want to see how fast their response time, and you also want to check around and see if they have a good reputation. So you want to check for references. But we're using hard money to fund 13 million of the 16, and then the rest we're using private lenders. So there's about 3 or 4 private lenders that are all kind of pitching in what they call the second part of that 16 million. So that's how we do it. How do you invest in apartments? Is the same way. You got to still find a good deal. The structuring of the deal might be a little bit different. You might have to pull hard money and private money together, but that's how you do the deal. If you're doing a big deal like that, I would highly suggest that you keep, you want to make sure that the management team that you're using is a good management team. They are responsive, they're organized, and they have, maintenance crews, they have administrative staff, they have an in-house bookkeeper, they got like a fleet of cars. Thank you for the likes, by the way. They have a fleet of cars, or trucks, not cars, but we're inheriting that management company, which comes with the deal. So if you're just joining my live, my name is RJ Pepino. I'm a real estate investor. Been doing this since 2009. I haven't worked, at a job in so long. I've been running this company, and I'm here to share what has gotten me financially free. Right now I'm with my family. We're in Florida, and I'm just blessed that I don't have to clock in at work anymore. Even several years since my last job in 2007, I still wake up grateful that I'm here and I'm able to spend time with who I want, buy what I want, and live wherever I want. So right now, currently I'm in Florida, so I'll be here about a week. If any of you guys are in the Fort Myers area and want to meet up, send me a DM. So the majority of you guys, are any of you guys in real estate? Anybody on here doing real estate? Realtors, property managers, flippers? I got this monitor here. I just want to make sure my baby is, yep. 18-year-old, want to get started in markets like these. How should I? The first thing, if you're 18 years old, is, you definitely want to do your research in your area. Start in your backyard. Before you start going off and doing like the virtual thing, I highly recommend you start off in your backyard. And the best thing you can do is look for abandoned properties and do what's called, everyone calls this thing driving for dollars, and it works, guys. You drive around the area and you look for properties that are pretty much run down, broken windows, stickers on the door and the windows. That's a good sign that it's a vacant property. And then you can skip trace. There's a lot of free skip tracing companies out there. It's 50-50 for the free service. We use BatchSkip Tracing because they got like an 80% hit rate. And the hit rate is basically the right phone numbers that come back from your skip tracing. So what's up? What's up, John? Love your content, brother. Let's connect for sure. I'm in Columbus and you're living in Cincy. So you're from Columbus. Yeah. Cool. We got to meet up because I know you're doing a lot of good stuff down there. If you need help with real estate, let me know. We buy in Cincinnati all the time. But back to the 18-year-old getting started. So you can get started immediately. If you've been watching a lot of my videos here on YouTube, I talk about how to get started. And there's a lot of ways that you can start as a 18-year-old. Now you can sign contracts. So I always like to start off with wholesaling because it's the easiest way to get a check today. There's a lot of abandoned property out there that nobody even knows about, because before they get to the list, like PropStream, list brokers like PropStream and ListSource, they're sitting there vacant for 6 or 8 months. And then finally something triggers at the county that puts them on these lists. So if you do driving for dollars, you're getting deals that no one's ever seen. Okay, no one's ever seen. So driving for dollars, finding the owner, getting them in contract. I have a lot of free resources on my website. My website is called risewiththecream.com, and you can check it out in my bio. You can get purchase and sale agreements and also the assignment contracts. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to start wholesaling. You just kind of need to know what you're doing. So check out my free videos on how to get started. That should be a big help. And if you need some mentoring, just send me a DM and I can get you pointed in the right direction. Darth, you're thinking about getting into it. Okay, great. Do it. All right, do it. Just freaking do it. Be like Nike. Get my license soon. Okay. Yeah, if you want to represent buyers and sellers, go ahead and get your license. John, appreciate it, man. We'll have to hop on a call sometime. I'll shoot you my number, and then just shoot me a text and let's connect. You're so close, man. And congrats on your 1.5 million followers. That's amazing, dude. It's amazing. Probably at 2 million now. Yes, we made it to Florida safely. It was weird because there were some storms, and we normally fly Delta, but lately we've been just wanting to go direct because of the baby, and she just doesn't do well with layovers, and but we were delayed a little bit because of the storms, but we're happy that we're down here. I do have a YouTube. It's The Cream Real Estate Investors. And yeah, check it out. There's a ton of free info there, guys. There's a lot of free info. And there's enough info for you to start, okay? But if you need the extra hand-holding, definitely check out our coaching. It's called The Cream Community. So in there, we'll go deep diving into what you have currently going on. We do weekly calls with that community, and there's people doing deals. I don't know if my dude who Fidel, he's a stock guy, and he has like 4 or 5 other contracts, but he did his first deal basically by watching a YouTube episode that I did, and then going out there and trying it. So what's the best way to invest $15K? Well, that I consider that baby money. It's a small amount, but depending on what you want to do, if it's a real estate play that you want to do, you could use that to start off your wholesaling business. I started with less than $1,000, my wholesaling business. I basically got a bunch of those plastic signs. I used those plastic signs, and I wrote RJ Buys Houses, my phone number, which at that point in time was a vanity number. And I just went out and put all of those signs in the major traffic areas, and that's how I got my first deal. I was hustling, I was grinding, man. You gotta put in the work. I got my first deal from a bandit sign. Your TikTok got me interested in real estate. Glenn, if there's anything I can do to help you, push you along, and get you to your first deal, let me know. I've got coaching available, and there's a lot of free info that I give out. And I get on these lives, and I like to do the Q&A. So if there's anything that you're struggling with, anything that I can point you in the right direction or answer any of the questions, get them down here, man. Appreciate you following me. So what I would do with my 15K is invest in knowledge, and then with that knowledge, start taking action, right? And it doesn't cost you a lot to start getting into the wholesaling game. A lot of people think that it's a lot of money. No, it's not. It just takes hustle. You gotta be able to talk to motivated sellers. Okay, I got a free cold calling script on my website. All right, so go check that out. Happiest lion, not having luck. What do you mean not having luck? What, are you running into some issues with? Are you a wholesaler now, or what kind of issues are you running into? When I got my first deal, I had a mentor then, and what he really helped me out with was, with confidence, how to talk to motivated sellers. And it was basically scripted out. And you don't technically have to be scripted out. You just gotta use the script as a reference to go back to. But really what you're doing is you're sitting there and you're a problem solver. This motivated seller has an issue. And the issue could be a number of things: financial, family. It could be they're, haven't made any payments, another financial thing. Families, they have some family member living in the house that maybe they rented to. They don't want it anymore. Another thing is like divorce. We buy a lot of houses from divorces, and we help them go through that painful time by saying, look, we'll make it easy for you. We'll buy your house. It's got to be at this price. We'll handle all the paperwork. You don't have to pay any of those costs. You don't got to fix up the property. So a lot of who we're marketing to typically have a distressful time. They have a distress in their life at that time. So bankruptcy is one of them. There's a lot of people that were hit during the pandemic, and then a lot of landlords were just liquidating properties. And meanwhile, we're still building, so we were able to buy packages of homes during the pandemic. And this big deal came from a tired landlord driving for dollars. So you're not having luck with driving for dollars. What aspect of the driving for dollars strategy is holding you back? Thank you for the likes, by the way. And if you could share this live with somebody that wants to get started in real estate investing, I'm here to answer some questions. So if you got any more, can you do all of this when you have a full-time job? Well, let me tell you a story, Glenn. I had to do this in a full-time job. I was working at AT&T. Okay, back then it was called Singular. Remember the rollover minutes cell phone company? I did really well in that company, and I thought that if I worked my butt off and, continued to kill it in sales, I could eventually move up in this corporate ladder. Well, I quickly found out that the only way that you're going to do that is if you have, if you know people, which I didn't really have connections, and if the manager really, really liked you, you got to kiss ass. So I didn't kiss ass enough, and I was, passed up on several promotions. But that's the name of the game in the corporate world. So what I had to do was, do the wholesaling thing before work. I would get up really early and put up some more signs before work, get to work on time. And, I shouldn't have been doing this, but I knew that I didn't want to work there anymore. So I was making calls during, lunch and after work, staying up late at night. And that's what happened. So I was basically starting my side gig, and I'm doing all of this on the nights and weekends in between my breaks at work. And it just came down to good old fashioned time blocking. You only have an hour's worth that you can hammer down on the phone. So you want to make sure that when you have that hour, you're focused, you're not distracted, you're not looking at social media. You're creating these, basically a to-do list, and you knock it out. But you just got to sacrifice, man. But the reward is amazing. Okay. I can do whatever I want. I don't have a boss. Deals come to me every day, you know. Anymore, a lot of them come from people here on social media, you know. If you're in Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, and Cleveland, we're buying. And we're actually also hiring for more sales reps. And our sales reps make north of 6 figures for the amount of deals that we do each year. So share this live with anybody that's looking for a sales job that wants to kill it. You have to be in Ohio though. You got to be in Ohio because sometimes you're going to have to go meet motivated sellers face to face and sign the contracts. So that's the only caveat. But let me show you guys. I'm in Florida. We got an Airbnb. We're actually going to be buying an Airbnb in Florida, or a vacation home. But let me just show you. I got my this is my view. Everyone's out at the pool right now. I'm taking a little break. It's a nice day out here. And yeah, I'm just enjoying my Sunday. Hopefully you guys are chilling, having a good Sunday. We're probably gonna grill out here. It's hot out here, man. Woo! Hot out here, but hey, rather be here than cold winters. So what are you guys up to today? Anybody doing some real estate deals? Anybody want help with real estate deals? Let me know. Trouble finding properties for a good price. Saw rundown houses in an area that are $275. That's okay. So like, look, if they're run down in those pockets and you can get a good discount, wholesale those properties. Wholesale them. Get them in contract. Write down the address and go and see in the county records who is the owner. Okay, who the owner is. Now you got to go to True People Search. That's the freeway. Okay. If you can't find the numbers there on True People Search, then pay for a service to skip trace. Okay, we use Batch, and they work really good for us. So look, that's the name of the game, is finding out who the owner is. What I would do also is I'd stalk them on social media, figure out if they, if this person was the owner, and I would hit them up on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, slide them a DM saying, hey, I think you own the house at 123 Main Street. I'm your neighbor. My wife and I are looking to buy another house in the neighborhood. It doesn't have to be fixed up. It can be a fixer-upper. We've got cash, and we are wanting to, buy another home. So I would do that. Happiest Lion, try that, and I hope, and come back on here and let me know if that works for you. But you're in that pocket that you can get good spreads in the areas that you're in. We mainly play in the 80,000 to 120,000. We call it the affordable housing zone, and so our spreads are only about, for wholesale, they're only about 13 to 15,000. But we also do 15 to 20. Losing some connection somehow, but I am going to get back to it. Might go to the pool. You guys, thanks for following. Thanks for the likes. I'll talk to you guys soon. If you guys got any more questions, show up to my next live, all right? With some questions.